Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hiatus Hangout. This is the fourth episode, back with your host Wolf and your co-host MH9. So yeah, today we're going to go into a bunch more topics and debate like we usually do. I'm going to go into the first one, and we can start off. Sung Jin Woo versus Piccolo. Who would win in an aura battle? I'll let you start this one.
Okay. So many aura farmers, okay? I mean, there's two types of aura, okay? There's the aura from like drip, how you stand, your posture, how you look, and how cool you are, yeah? Piccolo has that on lock, and so does Sung Jin Woo. But then there's the second aura, okay? And Piccolo does not have any of it. It's when he's standing on top of a building, okay? Think about this. Okay, bear with me, yeah? Okay?
Yeah.
Piccolo's all, just chilling on a building, and he's thinking like, oh, I'm looking cool. Out of nowhere, 5 frames later, not even a second, okay? 5 frames later, his head is in the dirt.
Yeah.
He's getting mauled. And I'm there like, hang on a second. You were just standing on top of a building on like some sort of spiky building, right? So how are you standing on the spike firstly? Your cape, your white cape that Piccolo has, it's like floating fully so nicely, looking sick. As soon as he takes he gets off the building, finish. Khalas, oh my god, what happened? He's literally eating dirt, bro. This is the difference between Sung Jin Woo and Piccolo. In terms of drip, they're both even.
Yeah, let me interject, right? They are not even in terms of drip, but they might have an aura deficit, or aura gap. When it comes to drip, Piccolo wins, no doubt. I'll tell you why. Whenever there's like you said, he's about to get mauled, yeah? See, he does, don't get me wrong, he gets smoked. He stands there with no wind, there's no weather conditions for his cape to be floating like that. Like, the audacity of the cape to be floating like that with no wind at all, that's an understated level of aura, okay? But, you're right, he gets smoked every time. But, in the fact that he could still stand there, like, stand there with aura as like a full power beam is coming at him and he knows he's gonna get fried. You have to give him extra aura points for that too, So
he's brave.
He's brave, exactly. I don't know if you guys have seen this. You guys watching this? There's another YouTube channel of this guy who makes AI edits using Piccolo and Sung Jin Woo from Solo Leveling. I think he's Dennis. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mono. Dennis Main or something like that. And basically, I probably sent an edit to you here or there. And basically, he does this thing called an aura farming competition. In the competition, like, basically characters will dap each other up, so like they'll handshake. And the person who does the best one with the most aura wins the competition. For some reason, this guy is, in these edits, he's super educated on that knowledge. And I don't know why, I just picture Piccolo like that. He just has bare useless information. That's why he keeps losing fights, because he doesn't have information or knowledge on fighting. It's just information on gathering aura. He's a con man. So, as a result of this, I feel like, even though Sung Jin Woo has a lot of aura, he will always do things where he comes to save people on late purposely just to get aura. I still think Piccolo wins. I think Piccolo wins the aura battle.
Fair enough, man. I just searched this guy up on Instagram, and it's the video you sent me last time.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Yeah,
I've seen it already. Yeah, I get it. He has like the competitions and tournaments, like the perfect DAP competition. And Piccolo's won on several occasions. The thing is, right? You're gonna say Piccolo. That's fair. I think you know where I'm already heading.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's for me obviously it's Sung because I really do think if you have that much aura and then you just get mauled right after, then what's the point of standing on top of the building while everyone else has already gotten beaten up? He's done the same thing that
no.
But he's worse. He's worse, bro. I'll explain. Wait, sorry. He's worse, bro. Because Sung Jin Woo actually has a reason why he's at home, right? Because his mom doesn't want to fight, and she just woke up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't spoil it, but his mom just woke up from the eternal sleep.
No.
He wants to
you are a top level spoiler, bro. you always spoil it. You spoil it, and afterwards you're like, yeah, sorry guys, spoilers. And this is why I can't ask you about One Piece, bro. I actually know I can't.
Wait, what do you mean?
I continue.
I was gonna say another one. I can't lie. I was gonna say something. No, so Sanjivi was at home with his sister Gina and with his mum. Piccolo stands on top of a building. He sees a 5-year-old. He can see a 5-year-old Gohan below getting mauled. He'll still stand there at the top of the building. He's doing it. You don't understand. This man is just he's like, there's no wind, but my cape's flying. Let's go. And he just looks left to right, just looking all cool. And then Gohan's down there shouting, "Piccolo, help me!" And then literally Gohan's just getting mashed in the face, destroyed.
We're not measuring who's stronger. We're measuring who has more aura. So like,
no, that's
listen,
not, I'm saying
aura can be measured in
I'm saying his aura means nothing when he gets beaten the crap out of, and he lets everyone else die. Fairs.
You see, to have aura means to be, let's say, having a sense of, it creates a perception rather than you are strong. So con men, guys who walk into McDonald's in a suit saying they're CEO and they want to make a deal and scam a whole conglomerate. Yeah. you scam a literally conglomerate food company just by with confidence or not. That is aura. He's not an actual rich man, but he portrays his perception that he's a rich man. Yeah. So you don't have to actually be strong to have that aura. Obviously, being strong and backing it up rounds it off. Yeah, it gives you that bonus, but you don't need it. And remember, Dragon Ball Z came out in the 90s. Sword 11 came out in the late 2000s.
True.
So Piccolo is he is the origin of aura farming. So I think that further backs my argument.
I'll give it to you, man. I'll definitely give it to you. I forgot about the time difference. Back then, there was no such thing as aura farming. There was looking a little cool. Now it's a whole trend.
He was the founder, bro.
And then he only started, he didn't start it. Piccolo was the innovator. Sung Jin-woo is just a sheep. He just followed right after, I guess. But I think it's enough about
Alright then. On that note,
Yeah,
we'll move into the next topic. Alright, I'll read this one out then. Who is a worse father, Minato or Goku?
Okay, I mean, you already know how I feel about this one.
As well. Yeah, I know how you feel.
Because the thing's right, we both like Naruto, okay, and we sort of like back to it. And for me, it's quite an obvious choice of Goku. But can I say something? I had a discussion, okay, with the random person on Reddit. I don't know what subreddit I was on, okay, and I don't know how it came to it. They explained that Son Goku, as weird of his father, like he just dies, he's not around, you know what I mean? He's not an active father, but he's never outright, this guy debated, said he never outright hurt his children. And I said, didn't he just throw his son Gohan to fight Cell? And get like mauled? And you know what? That solidified it for me. Okay, because I thought I was going to the side that Goku wasn't too bad. And then he dropped that line, and I'm like, wait, hang on a second. He's done that a multitude of times. He literally will risk everyone else's life just so he can have a decent fight. Like, there's literally the whole meme of, did I hear someone was being strong? Goku appears in some random anime, like and then he's like, did you say you're strong? And then Goku's just beating the crap out of, whatever anime. And it's it's become a whole meme. Does
it show that screenshot of like Goku in like a coat and it's like black and white?
He's in a puffer jacket.
Yeah, sorry, he's in a puffer jacket, and he's like
he's
looking
in a puffer jacket.
he's looking menacing as hell, isn't it?
Exactly, literally, he's looking like this Goku Black. He looks like Goku Black, bro. The way he's looking, bro.
Goku's a villain, bro. I look at what you says.
Honestly, and it's like I thought to myself at one point, this Reddit user was actually turning me around, making me, sympathetic towards Goku because he's trying to protect. But it solidified for me how bad he is.
Alright, let's play devil's advocate here.
Okay, go on.
So Goku is born, and he's born with Saiyan blood, right? So all he really knows is, even before he hadn't met any of his race members, but through his blood and instinct alone, he knows fighting is his way of life, yeah. And maybe his way of showing love as a father is to strengthen his children, training them, getting them to fight strong enemies. And I know you can say, well, why the hell did he give Cell a senzu bean when his son was fighting him? And listen, let me get to it. I think he wants the absolute best for his children. He doesn't want to settle for like an A plus. He wants an S tier ranking for his children. So he wanted Gohan to be at his highest potential capability, and he felt and had faith and had trust that Gohan would defeat Cell nonetheless. Hence why he gave Cell the Senzu Bean, hoping Gohan would unlock a new form, a new sort of strength potential to defeat him. And in the end, he did. And remember that moment where he had that clash with Cell? If you guys haven't watched Dragon Ball Z, it's a small spoiler, but Gohan clashes with Cell at the end, and then remember that little spiritual link he has with Gohan, telling him to push himself forward?
He's like
that's kind of
the ghost version of himself, isn't it?
Exactly. I think that's kind of what he wanted with the Senzu Bean situation. He wanted to push his son to the maximum. Even though the world was at stake, don't get me wrong, that was stupid.
This is ridiculous.
But he knows his blood flows through Gohan's, and he had faith and utmost trust in his son, which you can say is a form of love. It's a shit way of parenting, but it is parenting. Minato, on the other hand, yeah? Don't get me started on Minato. Minato, first of all, you know he was trying to avoid the hidden leaf Chow tax. You know he was. You know he was, right? He wasn't even there his whole life. Okay, he got killed by the Nine-Tails. He's the hidden Flash, for God's sake. He could have moved. He could have. Yeah, sorry, the yellow Flash. Yeah, I'm sure he could have averted that Nine-Tails death, but he was like, yeah, nah, I can't be asked to raise this kid. I'm done. my wife keeps annoying me. She keeps annoying me. She's like on her, she's been moving hormonal and that. And this whole Kage gig is not good. And I thought, bro, and my students are all emo. Nah, I had enough. And he was like, yeah, let me just get smoked by the Nine-Tails. Quote unquote smoked, because he let it happen. And then Naruto lived a life of absolute tragedy because of him.
You know what's even more crazy? And it's funny because it was during the Naruto versus Raikage battle.
Yeah.
And for some reason Naruto was weirdly accepting. He was like, my father died and put the Nine-Tails in me so I can have the power to save the world. So you're telling me you rest the entire world's fate on your shoulders, bro?
Whoa, prick! Whoa! Nah, bro. I'll take it back. I thought Goku was bad. I thought Goku... at least Goku gave him some morale boosting in the final clash here. when was the first point of contact with Naruto and Naruto? When Naruto was about to go full out Nine-Tails on pain. That's the first point of contact. The first point of contact. You had all of those years before that, and he decides then. That's crazy, bro.
No, but I think the point of contact was actually the seal undone. You know when Naruto...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He knew that. He died knowing that, the first time I have to contact this guy is when he goes all Nine-Tails, which probably won't happen for the first 16 years of his life. He knew that. He knew that. He was like, I don't have to... Because, bro, like, he was thinking... Minato was strategizing. He was thinking, even after death, I didn't want to deal with this guy. He planned it out, man. So, listen.
How do you think Minato reacted when he got resurrected?
He was like, fuck, not this shit again. He's like, god damn it. But
you know, it's crazy to be like, I always think about, right?
Yeah.
Naruto having all this power, all this hatred towards him, right? He only had one person actually looking after him. The third Hokage even did a shit job. He had
so
Ichiraku ramen guy, that's it.
The ramen guy literally raised him, bro.
Yeah. Like Minato and somehow Kushina, how did they both die against the Nine-Tails? Against the little nail of the Nine-Tails. That's
what I'm thinking, man.
Yeah,
literally.
Like Kushina, I get, because she literally had the Nine-Tails ripped out of her. She's about to die anyway, so her willpower, sure, she died. Minato, before Nine-Tails should blink, he should have picked up Naruto, gone back, saved him, killed the Nine-Tails in that split second, and then be done with Obito. He was the masked guy. But yeah.
Exactly. Overall,
honestly, this is gonna. I think a lot of people are gonna hate it. If whoever listens to this is gonna hate us.
Yeah.
But Minato's worse.
He actually is, bro. He actually is. Hey, but this is what Hiatus Hangout's about, bro. We're unconventional, but we get good points. Cannot deny it. We get good points.
That most people wouldn't. I've never. Okay, you don't understand. Before this episode, I almost never do it. I googled worst anime fathers. Goku was like 3rd on the list ever. Minato was not on the top 10 or even top 25. And I was like, damn, they really made this guy sound like a hero even though he ran away from a child. It's crazy.
Oh
It's
man.
crazy. But yeah, I
It's-
think
but
we've settled the debate.
we settled it. Okay, with that note, we're gonna move on to the next one. Linking to Naruto once again, is Masashi Kishimoto a racist? So the reason we asked this question is all of his cloud ninjas seem to have fat lips, and they're also black. Which is crazy because why does every single character seem to have, and they also get less screen time overall. I feel like they were pushed in Shippuden because of, him not getting enough traction about not using enough, African American characters, black characters. What do you think?
I think that is it. He wanted some sort of inclusivity. Because no, you have to understand, right? In the Konoha 11 or 12, if you include Sasuke, would you say anyone's black? Like the darkest is Rock Lee, and I don't know if he's black or not. Like in some forms, he's seen as olive toned, if anything.
He's red, yeah.
Yeah, he's red, But no one's black in the Konoha 11. Out of all the Jonin, we don't see anyone black, and then somehow there's one village full of them, and they're drawn so stereotypically, and it's like I've seen have you watched the Bondukes before?
The Boondocks, yeah.
Boondock, what the fuck did I say?
The Bondukes.
Why did you say that?
The Bondukes.
Yeah, sorry, I was
the
Boondocks, yeah. That was for me.
Golden show, by the way.
It was funny. It's golden show, and I remember thinking they weren't built stereotypically apart from the afro. They didn't have. I mean, if anything, the main character doesn't even have lips, and he's a black kid. Finally, there was some normal pictures or normal drawings of black people, and a great way to get representation in.
Soul Eater did the same thing too.
Good on them, man, because Kishimoto did not do it. He did not do it right, bro.
I think Kishimoto hasn't gone traveling before. I feel like he's just he's only met yeah, he's probably
I mean, and he googled how do black people look, and then they get shit ever. Legit, yeah.
I think to add to that point,
having a word with this, bro. He needs to have a word with this.
His characters are drawn how a Japanese perception of a black person would be who's only seen TV shows. You know what I mean? They haven't actually gone explored and met actual people around the world. So, and also, probably because of pressure from his fans, he decided to, let me just throw in a village here, and let me make sure the main character that represents the village likes to rap.
Holy shit!
And then the leader of the village has dreads. So I think from there, he was like, that's a recipe for, a good set of black characters. So according to that, I wouldn't say he was racist. I think he was just not ignorant, but he wasn't. He didn't
informed well enough.
He wasn't informed. He needed to go traveling. He needs to go traveling. That's what he needs
to leave Japan, pay his workers a little more. I feel like those Japanese workers work 18 hours and get 10p a day.
Bro, that's not just animators, it's just Japan's work culture in general. That's a whole other topic though. We should definitely discuss that in a future episode. That'll be very, very interesting episode, yeah.
But
on that note,
these questions. It's only been 18 minutes. Wait, how many questions have we done? 4 of them?
We've done 3 just now.
Okay, that's decent. Okay, never mind. I thought you
decent pacing.
Yeah, decent pacing.
So
Okay, you're muted.
Alright guys, so just a little interruption there, but we're back as usual. Moving on to the next question. Who is the better representation of... let me rephrase that. Who is a better representation of Rock Lee? Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan?
How is that meant to be written? Oh,
no, it was rewritten. Yeah. So basically,
I think I rewrote that. Sorry about that. So I'll explain what I mean.
Go on.
Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan? Which one is more similar to Rock Lee? If that makes sense. Yeah. So who did Rock Lee try to become? If that makes sense. Was he based on Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan? Because obviously we know about but I'll get into it straight away. You've told me about this before. I've seen it already in the original Naruto. Was it against Kimimaro? the bone spiky guy. He was
Yep, that's the guy.
Orochimaru's, experiments. There was a drunken fist move that Rock
That's
Lee used,
it, exactly.
and it was so cool. And the way he was like moving around with his hand signs. If you haven't seen, and if you're too young, there's a movie that Jackie Chan was in, and the style he used was drunken fist, and that's literally based off of how old is it? Like 1980 movie, maybe?
It's like some 80s, 80s film type.
Yeah,
of,
it's like a 1980s movie, way before you were born. But it was called The Drunken Master Fist or Drunken Master, was it?
Something like that, yeah. It was Drunken Fist, Drunken Master, something along those lines.
Like that. But I think it's Drunken Master, and the style of the move was Drunken Fist style.
The Drunken Fist, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and obviously Rock Lee used it, and yeah, that was like his representation, or Kishimoto, representing Jackie Chan and his martial arts as one of the best martial artists that have ever graced us. Like it
was a clear inspiration.
Yeah, 100%. Because there's Bruce Lee. Everybody knows Bruce Lee. Jackie Chan's big more as a movie actor than he is a martial artist, but he definitely deserves a lot more credit because he does his own stunts. He's a martial artist with
exactly.
He has like 40
he does his own stunts
experience, and it's insane, man.
He's a legend. But on the other note, Bruce Lee, his character could definitely be inspired by Bruce Lee too, because the haircut, the whole jumpsuit, the whole style, that is definitely Bruce Lee's thing. And just like you said, exactly, Bruce Lee, Rock Lee. So it is probably more likely that he took notes from both characters. But like you said, the drunken fist scene, that was like at the time no other thing had done that. I don't think it came from Bruce Lee. It came from the Jackie Chan film. But the Jackie Chan films were also took inspiration from Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was like the origin of this movie star martial arts type thing. So I think he probably took inspiration from both and represents both. But if I had to pick one character, it probably would be more Bruce Lee related.
Bruce Lee?
More of Bruce Lee inspiration, yeah. With like hints of Jackie Chan here and there. He respected Jackie Chan definitely because not just the Kimimaru fight, but I think it was either a movie or a filler episode where Rock Lee has this special type of curry and he makes him act drunk and he unlocks a drunken fist moveset from eating that curry. I think there was like candy balls too, where they had this specific ingredient that made him feel like drowsy. I think it was sake, Japanese alcohol, something like that.
Sake,
but it's what activated his like Jackie Chan like mode, the drunken fist mode, which was just so cool to watch because the way he flowed and stuff. The animation was really good too. But yeah, overall, I agree with you. I think it was a Bruce Lee interpretation, a Bruce Lee reinterpretation.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think down to what you said, the style, how he looks, that bob cut that he had, bowl cut. Sorry, not bob cut. Bowl cut that he had all around. Like his character, if you were to look at it, most people would say Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. But then again,
yeah, but his fighting style is sort of really similar because Bruce Lee at times had a lot of ankle weights, and if you know about the special scene against Gaara,
the jumpy character,
yeah, it's like Rock Lee dropped his weights, and then it was like Kamaru was like, "Oh, do you think you'll beat Gaara's defense by dropping a couple pounder weights?" And the next scene was the floor literally crushed, earthquake.
The floor crushed.
Like, what was that earthquake, bro? Just from weights.
Crazy,
someone done the math on that, and it was like he had like 20 metric tons or something on each leg.
Insanity.
And I think about.
But like to add to that though,
sense that early. I'm sorry.
It doesn't. But hey, this is the world of Naruto. Remember, he breaks through Gaara's defense, right, using this punch. It was like a 1-inch punch almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was definitely inspired from Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch moveset.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, there's so many Bruce Lee like inspirations, but you could also say that Guy sent Lee and he was Jackie Chan, the origin and then the next
teacher.
Exactly.
Okay,
it could have been that as well because if you look at Guy Sensei, how he looks, his mop head haircut, and obviously his childhood was exactly the same as Rock Lee's, focusing on his taijutsu and stuff. But
to be fair, sorry to interrupt you.
Of course.
So Jackie Chan, right? He had the same style or even haircut as Bruce Lee when he was a kid.
Exactly.
So I think that makes sense what you're saying because he had the similar he didn't really have a bowl cut. At the back he was really long, but at the front it was like bold. It was
front was short, but that was also Rock Lee's hairstyle when he was younger. Remember?
There
The
we
long
go.
at the back and the short at the front.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
So he just kind of evolved into it.
Fair enough, man. So
do you think?
you know what? I actually think he's more
Yeah.
like Jackie Chan in that sense, and then Guy
Yeah.
Sensei would be the Bruce Lee. He's the predecessor. He's the guy before. The
Yeah,
guy that
I agree with that one.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the ultimate take he was going for. So yeah, perfect.
Fair enough, man.
All right. Now onto the final question.
Oh,
I can tell this is one that FH9 put because he is ahead of me in this too. But I'm gonna let him do his thing with this question.
Okay.
Is Ryomen Sukuna poorly written?
I think the last episode, episode 3, with Babatunde, as soon as we, ended the recording, I said something and he was like, "What? Are you sure about that?" And I said, "If you hear about JJK on this channel, just know it's hate. Okay? It's hate. And it was all from me. I absolutely despise JJK because it's like Game of Thrones Season 8. I've never watched it. Every single person says if the ending doesn't hit, then for some reason everybody remembers the entire thing a little worse, right? That's fair.
No. It completely ruins the whole perception of the show.
Yeah, exactly. That's fair.
Yeah,
the reason that's fair
landing the ending is such an important thing to do.
Exactly.
Storytelling.
So with JJK, the anime, if I was like you, an anime watcher only, I'd love JJK. Everybody has a speaking family, friends.
And I can't lie, I am an anime watcher, so my perception, I'll explain my perception later, but I want to hear.
Yes. Of course. You go first, because I know more about it, and I will approach.
Yes? Alright, cool.
Yeah, go.
In my opinion, I think Sukuna actually is a good character, but only from what I've seen, right? I know later down the line it might be bad. I'm not going to say it is bad because everyone has subjective opinions, but from what I've seen, season 1, season 2, what I see him as, is, you know how when you watch Naruto, when you watch any big shonen, and they put bits and bobs of foreshadowing and bits of glimpses of a character just to build him up as the big bad enemy of the whole show, right? The grand finale villain. I feel like that's what they've been doing. They've put in bits and bobs of Sukuna and they're showing him into just how powerful he is, but not at his full power, a glimpse of his real power. And it's a way of setting up a greater than life villain. And I think what they've been doing is a good way of doing it. This is kind of what I got from Madara, kind of what I've got from Frieza. Like just show glimpses of them, make them super overpowered, give them a hella aura, make them seem really evil, and then just let the rest of the show do its thing. And so far, I think they've been doing a good job with Sukuna. I wouldn't say he's a layered, detailed character, but he serves his purpose well as like a grand villain. But that's just from what I've seen so far. So what else do you have to say about that, Mono?
Okay, let me start. It's gonna take a while. Usually we try to keep it 5 to 6, minutes a question.
Nah, go with that. Go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Firstly, Sukuna is a fraud. Number 1. Okay? I'll explain. So he has this side chick, his little servant, and he's Master Sukuna. That's what she calls him. Her name is Urome, and I remember just her being a side chick. You might see her very soon, probably 2, maybe 3 seasons down the line. She is waiting for Sukuna's return. He makes his return, and she just can't stop glazing the man every single time, right? You don't understand, bro. And it's so there's this fight, right? And spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear it, then you might have to just skip the next 6 minutes at least. But Sukuna's fighting, we know he's strong. He fights against a certain 6-side member, we know he's strong. Whatever happens. He fights against more people right after, because this Jujutsu Kaisen isn't Jujutsu Kaisen. It's Jump Kaisen. They jump the enemy always. That's Itadori's main power, right? Is jumping people 2, 3 on 1, whatever. He is not losing the fight, but he's on the receiving end where he's receiving more blows than he's dishing out. This side chick character, slave, servant, whatever you are, says, "Oh, but Master Sukuna," he says, "Sukuna-sama has yet to go all out. Master Sukuna isn't even trying yet." Okay, then tell me why the next 2, 3 chapters he's still getting whooped. When he's going to start trying then? Huh? Why does he keep getting beaten up? And then, guess what? He does something, so there's something called a binding vow. It's sacrificing or, sacrificing this attribute or this, attribute that you have, or a certain amount of cursed energy, or, like, oh, I want to lose my left pinky or something really big, right? But then in exchange, I get 10 to 20% faster. In some cases, some people sacrifice their entire cursed energy and their energy reserves to become faster, stronger, just how Ichigo fought Aizen. He had no spiritual pressure. He had pure speed.
Yeah.
He had faster grip, better grip. He had faster reactions, everything, right? Sukuna, somehow, he sacrifices like 1 mil of cursed energy and replenishes it back or something. Or he has this shitty binding vows. He's like, my binding vow is I won't breathe for 2 seconds, but because of that, I get 500% power boost. Okay.
Yeah.
Why
It's
can't
too
no one else do
broken.
that? It's too broken. And the entire thing of why the author hated Gojo is because he was too broken. So what they had to do is make an even more broken person in Sukuna. This is it, right? When I finished Jujutsu Kaisen, I thought to myself, oh, you know what? I'd expect Gojo to be at least 80% or 90% of, Sukuna's strength. By the end of it, you're thinking that 3 Gojos wouldn't even beat Sukuna final form with all his power. That's how bad it went. Like, the power creep,
yeah.
is ridiculous, and it's a huge,
Yeah.
spoiler. And he's a huge fraud. And there's another fight. Okay, so there's this lawyer, Higuruma or whatever. He has a really broken like domain where he's like a lawyer and he's a defendant, right? He takes them to court. There's this one scene really like touching. Okay, he takes.
Is he known? Like, is he related to Nanami?
I don't think so. I think he's just his own
No.
person.
Okay.
He gets brought back to life. He's from before. I'm pretty sure, right?
Right.
Like a different era.
That's...
And he comes back and he's a lawyer and he puts Yuji on stand for being destructive, for being this cursed spirit that should have just died and killed Sukuna with him, right? But then it's the one thing that Yuji keeps saying, and he says, I want to help as many people as possible. And that sort of made him not guilty in the court. If he was judged guilty, they would have just been perished. GG.
Yeah, it would have been finished.
And it's all because of like cursed weapons and stuff, right? So in this case, he has a certain curse technique, and Sukuna somehow pulls his way out of getting judged by what's called? Is it Higurama? Higurama. I keep saying Hirugama. It's not. It's a Higurama, basically. And his domain views certain weapons as bad or good. And that also outweighs the balance. Like, oh, if Yuji had a weapon, that's really bad. If Sukuna has a weapon, he does. It's very bad. It makes him more also guilty in it. For some reason, he wasn't like deemed guilty, and I'm like, great. He got out of something again. He got out this again, and
so
it was just gone.
Sukuna just has a bunch of like stuff that lets him get out of situations he shouldn't be able to get out of. Like a lot of arse pull exploits and just overpowered power creep. It's just like an example of bad writing, basically.
So the bad writing
he didn't expect
was
it.
Gojo.
Yeah.
Gojo was the bad writing, and to counter bad writing or an overpowered hero, you need bad writing with an overpowered villain. But this time, you just made it 3x villain. Like, it's at the point where I think if he was ultra, not ultra form, his last final form, he would have 1v1 soloed everybody. Just like that.
So I think there's 2 ways of going about having a grand villain, right? Your ultimate villain of a show.
Yeah.
Either have him be like an anti-hero, so give him super strong motivations, but an unconventional route towards getting that goal. So you don't have to make him super powerful, but make him interesting. If you don't have the ability to make him interesting, then make him super powerful, or make him have a direct weakness that the main characters can exploit. So he's not just boring, one note character. But I think what went wrong here was they did that, then they decided to remove it and then make him stronger again because of other characters being unbalanced. Just to balance the show. But by trying to balance it, they made it work. That's my perception of what you've been trying to tell me. Did I get it right, or?
No, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, so what what happened is a lack of planning. There was no good planning. I don't think
planning and the power creep.
Yeah.
You needed something a little
power creep. Yeah. But power creep happens because of lack of planning. You know when you make a story on the go.
Yeah.
And you decide to make changes and you forget about something before and you're like, oh shit, you're right. This character's too powerful now. I forgot about those other characters. This part of the story. Power creep happens because you don't plan ahead of time. Like, for example, Attack on Titan is not a good example because it's not really a power system. It's more based on reality. But if you look at how the story is made, right, there aren't massive contradictions or like redundancies because the whole show was made before it was even animated or even a single drawing of a single panel for a single chapter was made. He decided to make the whole story in advance, plan everything in advance, and then just polish up as he went, rather than making the story on the go.
Yeah.
And when you make stories and characters on the go, you get power creep and issues like this.
I want to say one thing, and it's funny because I saved this Reddit comment. So this is what one person on Reddit said, right? Sukuna is the only one who's getting this constant BS arse-pull called binding vows as a power-up. Whenever another side does it, they just happen to die. One binding vow, they lose all their strength. One binding vow, they lose their life. The story has long since passed the point of being fun. It's now a slugfest where Sukuna takes on everybody and wins by pure and utter BS and plot armor. Moreover, the binding vow system is completely broken at this point and has no true check marks. There's no balancing in this point. It just keeps getting higher for him, and somehow no one else can use it. Aside of the one vow that Miwa used, he can use a world-cutting slice, and Sukuna didn't suffer any consequences for that binding vow. I know what he's talking about, but I'm not going to say that. That's ultimate spoiler.
You know what? What I think is more interesting here is, there's no doubt. Let's not even we don't even need to debate it. He is a badly written character, right?
Yeah.
I think the real question here is, can one badly written character ruin an entire show? That's the real question here.
It's the ending where somehow no one else knows certain techniques that have been out forever, and they're written poorly because it's like everybody was written poorly in the final arc.
Yeah, that happened in Naruto at certain points.
Yeah, it's like at one point you're thinking, does this guy getting super power-ups, right? Why is no one else being written to be slightly more smarter or more ingenious? And why aren't they using the binding vows? Are they interested by Sukuna with 0.01% of, cursed energy keep spamming these attacks? Obviously, you should have known that he's using some binding vow. Everybody knows about binding vow. Miwa, the useless Miwa, that's what she calls herself. Useless Miwa used one herself. She's like, "Hi, this is useless Miwa here." That's how she calls herself, right? When she picks up the phone.
Yeah.
Even she used one against Kenjaku, and that pretty much just ended her. And it's like, okay, then why does no one else use one to say this, right? So Yuji uses Black Flash, right? It's like 3 to 4 times stronger than his punches. His punches are number 1 in the series in terms of power and strength. We know that already.
Yeah.
It's just a known fact. So he's punching constant. He has constant Black Flash, like the chain of them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Many of them. The highest ever is only 3. So he's at least 3 or 4 times, and he's doing it at will. Okay? What Black Flash does is take away the person's cursed energy that you punch, and it gives it to you. It restores your cursed energy amount. So he can just keep on going. He's stealing more and more Sukunas, right? Sukuna just fought Gojo, and guess what? He's still spamming domains. How are you spamming a domain where you have to, be in full focus? Sukuna, you're dead already. How are you spamming a domain? It makes no sense. I'm sorry, get out of here, kid.
Yeah. I see. Do you know what? I think this is a case of an author wanting to finish off his manga really quickly and then neglect fighting characters towards the end. Oh, sorry, yeah, him or her, whoever it is, it's them deciding, you know what, I'm kind of done with it, but I need to get to the end quickly, and then they make bad mistakes, bad decisions. Which is a shame because I can't lie, Jujutsu Kaisen was one of the biggest new generation shows on the market.
It's literally
I haven't seen hype for a show like this in a long time, so it's a shame that land correct. But on the other hand, we do have Chainsaw Man. I don't know if that's, but I think I prefer Chainsaw Man. Kaisen. I think it's an interesting show in general, and the movie's coming out for that soon.
So we'll have to catch up on that.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's very unconventional. The show, I feel like it's quite different. That's why I like it. But
I like the intro.
Let's hope, Moino, Jujutsu Kaisen gets an anime original ending.
Yeah,
we talked about this earlier.
Changes slightly,
yeah. Let's hope it gets an adjustment. It reacts to the fan reactions and tries to change it up. But on that note, I would say that's a good discussion, and we can say yes, Sukuna was written very poorly towards the end of the
arc, or end of the story.
End of the arc, end of the story. Yeah.
Around that point. End of the story, and it was just, I don't know. The thing I thought is about the end of a show is always the most impactful because it's the most recency bias you get from anything.
Yeah.
So no matter how good Game of Thrones, maybe season 1 to 5.
No, actually, that argument it doesn't hold the same value for some shows. Like okay, it will be notorious if a show's ending is poor. If it's very, very bad, it will be notorious. Like this amazing show ended so terribly. How can I explain it? It's like, alright, I'm gonna give you a crude example. Okay? Imagine the hottest woman you ever met in your life. Hottest woman you ever met in your life, right? She decided to take you out. You guys went on a date. The date was amazing. You had the best food. You had the funnest activities, and you found out she's pretty. But not only that, she's interesting. She has a perfect personality. Okay.
Okay.
And then everything happens. It's night, and now you guys stop by a hotel. You're like, you know what? We're getting a bit tired. Let's stay for the night. And then you book a room. Everything's good. And then everything's going down. You're about to, do your thing.
It's a dude.
And then out of nowhere, she pulls out a chance, and you see a fucking 7-incher. That's basically what happened with Game of Thrones.
So
it's like
it's Thailand, basically.
Basically, I mean, season 1 to 7 was like rough around the corners, but it was still an amazing
season. 1 to 6 was good, and then 7.
1 to 6 was a masterpiece. Do you know? Okay, Attack on Titan is my favorite show of all time. But my favorite TV show of all time would have been 1 to 6 Game of Thrones. I can't say it's Game of Thrones because of season 8. Season 7 is still really, 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 really good, but season 1 to 6 was like absolutely. It was like a masterclass in storytelling TV show. It's peak, exactly. Season 8 was so bad, like from a story perspective, that all of the effort from season 1 to 7 kind of got dragged out the window.
You're shouting so much that I don't think your voice is being recorded. It just cuts out.
My. Season 8 was...
And that's it.
Season 8 was so bad that I feel like the effort from season 1 to 7 went to waste because of it. So the way it ended it. It was like a kick in the arse. It was like a spit in the face to all the effort and build up that season 1 and 7 had. So much amazing build up.
I think that's gonna be JJK. I feel like the fans are gonna riot if it doesn't change, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. But a case where a lot of people didn't like the ending for was Attack on Titan. I was okay with the ending, but a lot of people didn't like it. But it wasn't so bad to the point where it's like Game of Thrones. Where
so the only issue with Attack on Titan is, I reread it. It wasn't bad. It's the overwhelming expectation of a perfect ending that people want.
Yeah.
But the issue is so many people want different things, right? So what is the perfect ending? Because 20% of the people want this, 60% of people want this, and then the other 20 want this completely different. And you're like, what happened now?
Yeah.
Do I go with the 60?
So what do you do then? Exactly.
Like, you're not going to appease everybody, of course. But
you can't. You actually can't.
With JJK, you're going to appease nobody.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. There is no objectively best perfect ending, but there is an objective bad ending. So from that, like, yeah.
Sorry.
That's the thing. What happened with Game of Thrones? Like, of course, you couldn't satisfy everyone, but this ending dissatisfied everyone. So it's like you can have an objectively bad ending, and that's kind of what happened.
Yeah,
so yeah, man. I guess hopefully Jujutsu Kaisen changes it in the anime, but and makes it like an Attack on Titan style ending, where it's like it pleases some people, maybe not everyone. But if it doesn't Game of Thrones style ending, then that's the legacy of the show more.
Okay. Well, that is episode 4 wrapped up. I think we're pretty much done with that. I think that was quite a long episode, 50 minutes compared to usual. Sorry guys for my Jujutsu Kaisen rant. But
you had to get off his chest.
Yeah, I had to get off my chest. And if you dislike me after that, then continue disliking me because I'm not going in. It's still gonna stay. Wolf, maybe your cup of tea, but nah, I'm sorry, mate. Jujutsu Kaisen. You know what? No, the fan, anyone listening to this will agree with me once they see it.
Yeah, most likely.
That's why I'm so happy.
Yeah, I want to be surprised.
But yeah, episode 4 done. And anything else to say?
No, that's all from me.
Yeah. See you guys in the next one, and see ya.